Hey, Pour Temecula listeners, welcome back to our new weekly bonus mini podcast where we give a review to a local wine or beer. I'm Rick DeLucio, joined by Shannon Cole to taste an Italian white grape, Verdicchio. Specifically, we are tasting the 2024 Bottaia Verdicchio from Temecula. If you're new to the podcast, check out our recent episode number 27, where Shannon and I discuss the Italian white grape varietals grown in and around Temecula.
As Rick mentioned during the last episode, Verdicchio is an Italian white grape varietal that grows across Italy, typically in the Veneto and La Marche regions. Veneto's around Venice, and La Marche is the coastal region just east of Tuscany. The wine can typically have somewhat of an oily texture to it with notes of peach, lemon curd, almond skin, and some salinity and minerality. It's fantastic paired with Marcona almonds and prosciutto, so this would be a great charcuterie wine. It would also pair with artichokes and asparagus, or really any seafood dish out there.
Over the weekend, we had a chance to taste this Verdicchio from Bottaia Winery, and we wanted to share our thoughts. So what did you think? Well, first off, with the color on this wine, it is pale, kind of pale lemon, pale yellow, whatever you want to refer to it as. But I don't know about you, but I got a little like greenness to it as well.
Yes, it had a little green tint to it.
And right off the bat from the aromatics, what came to mind immediately when you smelled this wine?
As soon as I smelled it and tasted it, it reminded me of the lush green wine we tasted during the Danish episode from Denmark, which I think during that episode, we said that kind of reminded us of a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's immediately what I thought about.
Yeah. For me, it was like if you take some peas, like the sugar snap peas, and break them, it has that like pea aroma to it. It was really nice. Not much of the green bell pepper that you think of Sauvignon Blanc. It was really aromatic. Lots of like herbal and citrus and green apple, even some like grassy type aromas. Anything else for you?
I really agree with the green notes, and it's not like an unripe green. It's like a ripe, sweet green, just like you said, the peas and the grass. But yeah, I also got a little bit of peach, some stone fruit in there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that salinity on the finish was really nice.
What about on the palate for you?
I thought that the texture, I didn't think it was as oily as I thought it was going to be, just because
I agree. I think the tropical lushness that we can get here with our climate helps that. It's just one of the aspects of Verdicchio. I don't like that biting, oily like texture thing in Verdicchio usually, but this one I really, really felt comfortable in the mouth.
Yeah, I thought it was very well balanced, very well made.
But it still tasted distinctly Italian, Yes. It had that high acid. It had like a little bit of like, I would call like celery root or celery, like texture bite to it, like bitterness.
Yeah. And then I found out that it was actually fermented and aged in concrete.
Well, that probably helped it significantly, I think, on the texture and the weight of the body.
I think so.
And then beyond that, I got a little bit of this, almost like a Meyer lemon and a little bit of like red apple that kind of toned down that like bitter, high acid quality.
Yeah. The fruit on it was really nice.
And what do you think of the finish?
I thought the finish was great. I thought it had a really long finish, and it was all of those pleasant fruity notes that you get and the ripe green notes kind of stayed with you.
And I think that night you made a pasta salad. And
I did.
And it went pretty well with it, I think.
Yeah, it was like a caprese style pasta salad. So pasta with olive oil, tomatoes, mozzarella, basil. But yeah, I thought it actually paired really, really nicely.
When I had first tasted this, I was like, oh, this would be great with like an arugula salad. You know how arugula has that little peppery bite to it? And I thought that, some lemon vinaigrette and, you want to throw in some other, some cheese into there or whatever and some prosciutto. That would go awesome with this.
I think,
this wine.
Yeah, that would be really good. Maybe some goat cheese in the arugula salad. I think that'd be delicious.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Let's give our final thoughts on this and give it a little bit of a rating. Just to recap, we keep it pretty simple. It's one of four things. You dump it, if it's not worth finishing. Try it if it's a decent sip. Pour it if it's share worthy and pretty solid. And if it's excellent or just a great deal, we say buy it. So where do you land on this, Bottaia Verdicchio?
I say buy it, but I will say it is a little pricey for a white wine if you're not a club member over there. It's the normal retail price is $45, which could be a little steep for a white wine, but as a club member, I paid $36, which I think was well worth it.
Yeah, I think you're right on for me too. I think this is a buy it. I think it's something it's share worthy. I could see it, having something specific to go with it. But it is a little pricey compared to other Verdicchios out there. And that's just indicative of how much everything kind of generally costs in Temecula and in California as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is just another example of what local producers can do with grape varietals that are really suited for our climate here. So cheers and happy drinking.
Cheers.